Ladies and gentlemen, it is SnakeMCGaming, and I am finally back to bring you some more fun Minecraft games and other games, and basically I'm just back on the YouTube scene, baby. Oh yeah, woohoo! Basically, to make a long story short, I have been gone for the better part of a year at this point. Because the hardware to record, I didn't have access to anymore, but now I have access to even better hardware. And so not only am I going to be bringing you new and awesome fun videos, I'm going to be bringing you better quality videos, and I got a couple of new ideas up my sleeve to keep this channel fresh and fun and entertainment filled. Yay! Thank you everyone who supported me back when I was making videos at first a year ago. Thanks to all those people that subscribed to me while I was on hiatus. You didn't have to do it. I hadn't made a video in over a year, and you're still here with me, so that makes me smile and want to just thrust my do a perfect thrust in the air like this. See, it's the perfectness. Alright, I'm done being mildly creepy. And yes, before you ask, there is a banner on my head. Get over it, or I'll cry if you hate it. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's so amazing. I look like a freaking samurai. Alright. So I figured with this video I would show you guys what I have been up to the past year, because I haven't stopped playing Minecraft. I just stopped being able to have the ability to make videos. So this is basically it. This is a server that I am currently a member of staff on. I am what you would call a warden, which basically means that I police the server. You know, I make sure people follow the rules and whatnot and all of that stuff like that. You know, I have to ban, mute, and all sorts of stuff like that. But anyway, that's not what this is. This is about. It's basically to showcase this server that I'm on. It's owned by 3 people that I have come to know pretty decently well, I would say, over the course of the past year. The server's gone through quite a few different iterations and changes to what it is now, and since it just recently had a entire server reset, all the ranks and things were reset, I figured now is a good time as any to show it off, right? So the IP for the server is play.mineclash.com. There will be an annotation probably throughout the entirety of this video in one of the corners, just to show you the name of it. Either an annotation, maybe a graphic or something, but probably just an annotation, because I might be too lazy to make a quick 5-second graphic, because, you know, fuck it. But as you can see, it's quite populated here at spawn. This is the spawn area. This is where you'll spawn in. I forgot to say, this is a prison server. I would describe it as a mildly OP prison server, but not quite as OP as many other prison servers that you see out there. As you can see, we got these cool little in-game graphics that are floating around everywhere. I'm sure you've seen these on some servers before. But it's pretty awesome. I mean, it shows you all the different websites that are associated with us, and you know, we've got our donation website where you can go and make pure donations to the server and purchase various in-game items, which I would go over, except that it would take an extremely extensive amount of time to do so, so I'll let the donation stuff be a surprise. And then, of course, you can vote. We have a voting system. There are 5 different voting sites that we use, and every time you vote, you get a special reward called a voting crate, which has various different rewards in it. I will show you some of the crates a little later on in the near future of this video. We have a nice forums post that's relatively active. There's people posting comments and threads and issues and concerns. It's a great place to report any players that you catch hacking or cheating in any kind of way, and it's a great place to socialize and share funny ideas, or maybe share some ideas that you guys have that you might think would help better the server. As you can tell with these awesome new Prismarine-like blocks, I forget what specifically it's called, that this server does run on 1.8, and it is 1.8 only, so when you get on here, make sure that you are on a 1.8 client. If you are using 1.7.10, then you definitely need to switch on over to 1.8 in order to play and enjoy your time on this server. And of course, when you get in, the first thing you should do, if you need help, just type /menu, and it shows you all sorts of different things that you can help use. You got the starter menu that shows you just a list of all the starter commands that you can actually just click that, and it'll take you to all the things that you need to know to start the game. Like, you can click here, it'll warp you straight to the A mine, warp you straight to the food to find where the food is, which is located down these stairs. You can see down there, there's people down there waiting for the food to spawn in those spawners. But anyway, so for any of you guys who don't know what a prison server is, which I highly doubt, basically it's a server. You hop on here and you start at a low rank, like an A rank. Whether you start at A, I haven't really seen a prison server with different type of ranks before, but I'm sure there are. But we have ranks A to Z, plus some more interesting stuff beyond that point. Basically, here's mine A. It consists of the least expensive blocks in the game, and basically you mine and grind and mine until you get enough money to surpass rank A, and then you do /rank up and you move on over to rank B, which is right over there, and that's just basically how it works. If you do /ranks, you got an entire list of ranks A through Z, showing you how much everything costs to get to the very next rank. So let's say you're rank O and you have $0, then you need exactly $3 million to rank up to the next rank. So on and so forth. It's pretty simple. I forgot to show you also. If you see down here, it says Prestige 250 million. Basically, what that is it does exactly what it sounds like it does. If you're familiar with any kind of games that have Prestige, first example that comes to mind is like Call of Duty. You'll know that when you Prestige, you go... what's it called? You go straight back to the very first level and you start all over again. That's essentially what this is. There are 5 prestige ranks to go through, so you get a prestige and go from A to Z 5 times, and then, boom, you finally hit the top rank and you're basically super master awesome person. Oh, and also just so you know, the person who gets to the final prestige and completes the final prestige first gets an awesome super special prize from the owners of the server. And it hasn't been reached yet as of the point of recording this video, and it is going to be going up relatively soon after recording, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, let us move on. So, you can see here we got A, B, C, and D. It's like, well, where are the other mines? So the other mines are located in various points of the server. The other mines you have to actually warp to. But the important thing is when you get to warp E, which is where you can finally start to enchant things, there's an enchantment table inside the mine. But the most important thing is you have access to the plot world, and you would simply type /plot_me_auto, and it claims your very first plot in the plot world. I don't need to do that. I already have a few plots, so I'm just going to go to my plot here. And what's great about this plot world is that it gives you access to this nice little plot world. It's basically like if you're ever going to create a server, it looks just like a creative server. It's where you can build awesome new shops, where you can buy blocks from people, sell various items from people. There's plenty of items to see and sell, PvP items and such like that. Or you can buy blocks to sell back at to your higher ranked stores and stuff for profit. And then you can get special individual mines if you so choose to purchase one off of the store, which is pretty awesome and pretty fun, unique little plot mine thing. And then of course, in case you're wondering why there's all of these things over here, basically crops in Minecraft represent drugs on this server. It's a prison/drugs server, and the drugs sort of just serve as a way to just another way to rank up. But the fun thing is that some of the drugs are takeable. You can actually like crouch left click and you'll take some of the drugs and it'll have some sort of special effect on you. Most of those effects are designed to be helpful during PvP. However, there is a risk factor with taking drugs. When you take a drug, you risk the chance of all of your items falling out of your inventory, peeking your guts out basically, or you risk catching on fire, or you risk having a heart attack and actually either dying or getting sent down to half a heart. So if you're going to PvP, you better be careful taking any kind of stat boosting drug, because it will there is a chance you will screw yourself over. So it's definitely a risk, but I do see a lot of people using it anyway. But you know, it's a nice, fun, unique way to add some fun elements on the server. I love the new beacon thingies. It's freaking awesome. Anyway, I'm trying to go over this server. I don't want to spoil everything for you. So let's see. Okay, I was going to talk a little more in depth about the donator ranks. There are 6 different donating ranks, starting from Thug to Gangster to I think it's Hitman. It could be Hitman. No, it's not Hitman. It's Hustler. Thug, Gangster, Hustler. Then it's Hitman, Mobster, and Kingpin. Those are the different ranks. Kingpin, Thug being the worst for, I think, $10 on the store, and then Kingpin, which is the most expensive, $200. But as you can expect, it definitely has the most perks, and you get to go to super awesome fun places and access to a shop that has the best prices on the server. In fact, let's go ahead and move on over to Warp Kingpin. I can show that bad boy off to you. So this is Warp Kingpin. It is only accessible to Kingpin and, of course, the staff members. But you might recognize it as Andy's room from Toy Story, which I just think is rather friggin' awesome. But basically, if you are a first-time Kingpin, you will spawn right here. There's a sign that says "Look behind you." This right here tells you how to sort of navigate yourself around. And because you'll be Kingpin, you'll have /fly to get yourself around Andy's room much quicker. So if we head on over to this crib right here, you can see this is the Kingpin XP mine. So you can come on here if you want to grind out some XP. This is a great place to do it. And then of course you've got the giant regular Kingpin mine in the center of the room. It's very, very deep and as you can tell, wide and long, so you'll be mining in here for ages and you'll never mine it out within the 10-minute time period. So basically it's just a slew of diamond and emerald blocks for you to sell at top prices. Kingpins are the only ones that have the ability to get clay, so it has their own special clay thing, and they're the only ones with the ability to get clay because we sort of wanted some stuff. The owners wanted some certain things to be exclusive to Kingpins only, something that, you know, you pay so much money for it that it's only fair we give you guys a few legs up. No kind of leg up that's too OP. Definitely nothing that a normal player couldn't accomplish on their own with a little more effort put into it. But, you know, it's a super fun thing. There's also a wool mine in the drawer over here, as you can see. Now, regular players do have access to wool because there is sheep in warp food. So they could potentially shear some sheep and use /shop buy to purchase many dyes in the game. The ones that you don't have direct access to via some other things like, you know, lapis lazuli and stuff like that, and they could potentially make their own wool, but a lot of people would rather just purchase wool from certain people. So as a Kingpin, you have a few more shop options. You can create a special buy shop where you could, you know, you can get different things. There's a casino here. There's also a in-game casino. The casino is basically like a slot machine. You pay a certain amount of money to potentially win something, and hey, look, I didn't win anything. It's actually, did it even work? I don't even know if it worked. That was weird. It didn't say. Ah, see, better luck next time. But, you know, if you come to a casino block, right-click it, and in the chat it shows you what you could win if you get 3 in a row. There's also a chance of stacking it if you get an X, or if you get, I think there's even a chance you can get the entire thing filled up, although that is extremely rare. If you come down here, there's definitely a way to get glass from all the regular players, because there's sand in the B mine, and you can make sand in the plot mine. But this is another way you can get yourself some glass. Make sure you have Silk Touch, obviously. But here's another special glass mine, exclusive to Kingpins only. And then up here you have the only mobs that are in the game are skeletons, and it's a nice skeleton spawner. It's a good way to get bones for bone meal, which is you can use for white, you can use for your drugs. So anybody who's Kingpin could basically just sell a crap ton of bones for a nice profit as well. Alright, so this is Kingpin. The reason this is the only donor rank thing that I'm going to show you. Actually, that's a lie. I'll show you the other donator mine. So let's go ahead and do that. Warp D mine. If you can't afford Kingpin, which I can understand if you can, it is an expensive thing to purchase. You could get Hitman, which is significantly cheaper. And it takes you to this place here. This is Warp D mine. It's basically donator mine. And as you can tell, it has this mine right here, which is almost a much smaller version of the Kingpin mine, although I think it's nowhere near as deep. But it's got some mostly diamond and emerald blocks with a little bit of stone and glowstone and stuff mixed into it. It seems rather deep, though. I've actually never been all the way down this thing. I think this is the end. Yeah, no, it's not the end. Okay. Just collecting more glowstone. Holy crap, this thing is really deep. There we go. Now we're at the end. So it's a rather deep mine. So, you know, if you're a smaller rank, and the donator mine is Hitman and above. So that's the third highest rank is Hitman. So, you know, it's definitely worth it. I think Hitman's like $50. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But as you notice, it's the entire thing is a replica of the map High Rise from Modern Warfare 2. So anybody out there who's a Call of Duty fan will instantly recognize this when they come here. But then across the way, we have the XP mine. This is one of the only ways to get redstone on the server, is if you're a Hitman and above. It's one of the easier ways to get redstone on the server, because the other way is not very safe, and I'll show you why right now. So Warp PvP mine. We have a special mine called PvP mine. It's where you can get exclusive blocks and stuff that aren't necessarily available to you on the server right away. And as you can see, there's redstone blocks. You can get some lapis in here, diamond and gold blocks. But the biggest thing that's there is there are certain things, like, this is the only place where Soul Sand is available to players of lower ranks before they reach, like, I think O is the first mine to have it. But there's also, you can get brewing stands in here, ender chests in here, sponges in here. You can get, ender chests, and I think I said that already. What else was I going to say? Ender chests, brewing stands, ender chests, brewing stands, and I'm drawing a brain fart. But there's a few blocks that are things that you cannot craft on this server, that are available here. They have a certain percentage to when they spawn inside this mine, and you can get them. The thing is as you can tell, like, everybody in this place is decked out, because as the name states, it is a mine with PvP enabled. So when you come here, you better be prepared to fight, because there's generally lots of people here, and there's generally, you know, just a crap ton of people here fighting to get these rare items and such like that. And as you can see, there's also these shops that are up here. These guys are trying to hit me out of the sky, but what they don't realize is that they can't. Anyway, so hi guys. So you can come up here and you can sell these certain blocks. These prices are slightly higher than that of most of the other mines, just to give people a nice boost. Anyway, so as you can see, it says made by Paradoxal. That is a person who, it's a player on this server. He built this himself. The only thing that I think was world edited in as the build was the dome ceiling. Everything else in here was built by him by hand. This is a pretty darn good builder, and which is why they had him build something which is really fun and really awesome looking. Okay, so I think that is it for all of the places that I wanted to show you. Let us go back to the spawn. And I think the final thing I'm going to show you guys is some of the menus that are on here. I'm not going to go through them all because there's quite a bit. I'm going to go through the shop menu. Alright, so you know how in most prison servers, if you're mining, you have to climb out of the mine and sell all your goods on a sign. You have to right-click the sign to get it all out of your inventory, right? Well, this server has a fun little aspect to it called /shop. And these are custom menus that I have never, ever seen on any other server. And it's basically, you remember that shop buy thing that I showed you? That's what this is. There is a whole slew of different shops for every single rank in the game. So, if you're rank A, look at this. These are all the blocks and items that you have available to you, or that you collect when you're in the A mine. You can come on here and you can sell them back. See? I sold them, and if you can see over to the right on the grayed out part of my inventory, it showed me getting 6 cents for every single block. And then of course you can sell them by the stack, by the 8s if you happen to not have a full stack, and then by the single one. And the beautiful thing is you can do /shop, and you can click one of these pieces of wool to get to that specific shop. There's even a wood shop, and there's only one place you can get all the different types of wood. It's /warp space wood, and it gets you to a place where you can mine out a bunch of wood, which you can then sell. Actually, the wood actually sells for higher prices than anything in the A mine. I think maybe most of the thing in the B mine as well. So that's pretty cool. And then of course, we have the drug shops, which as you rank up, you get access to higher and higher prices. There are 4 different tiers of the drug shop, Z being the highest, and this is an example of all of the different drugs that are in the game. And as you can see, you have to sell them within a stack at a time, like so. And then of course there is the Kingpin shop, which basically this is the shop that has all of the highest prices on the server. You're not going to find better prices to sell anywhere else unless someone has a player shop where they sell crazy. And this says 10 on it, but it's actually 640. 10 represents the 10 stacks, basically. Just so FYI. But yeah, you can come on here and you can sell all of your things that you have, like so. Any ores, and then I just use a thing called /block, which is just a really fun thing for a certain donator rank that you can use to basically smelt blocks and shit. Anyway, I didn't even really mean to show you that. I just wanted to get rid of the, the blocks. So I think that's gonna wrap up this video. I think we've been going for quite a long time at this point. But yeah, those are just few of the things. I highlighted some of the most important things. I highlighted, you know, basically what you got to do in the server. I highlighted the highest donator rank just to give you guys a few incentives, plus a little more extra donating options by showing you the lower rank mines and stuff like that. There is also, you know, you get different kits for whatever donator rank you choose, and each different donator rank has different or higher upgrade perks and, you know, things like that. So if you choose to donate, then you can just go to store.mineclash.com. There will be a link to that in the description. There will be a link to the forums page in the description, and there will be a link to, I guess, the voting page as well in the description. As you said, there's been an annotation on the side of on one of the corners that gives you the server IP the entire time. But I'm gonna go ahead and the server IP once again is play.mineclash.com. Play.mineclash.com. That's play.mineclash.com. For anybody who, I don't know, maybe you're dyslexic and you can't read words, right? But you can hear them, so there you go. I'm nice and I helped you out because, you know, I'm that cool. Anyways, that was weird. That was really weird. But anyway, that is going to be the end of the video, guys. Remember, this is Mineclash. Actually, let's go ahead and say bye to YouTube, everyone. I've always wanted to do that, and everyone's gonna do it because I'm amazing. Look at all the goodbyes. Oh, and here's this guy who is spamming incredibly. I'll fix that in a minute. Anyway, so that is the end of this video. You know who I am. I'm SnakeMCGaming, and I cannot wait to see you on Mineclash because, you know, I'm here very frequently, hours on end every single day. So chances are you come on here, there's a good chance you get to talk to me and hang out with me and be like, oh my god, I'm a big fan of you, and I'll be like, Tinks, you're amazing. Anyway, so remember, play.mineclash.com. Come join us and have some fun on this server. We have all sorts of different special events that we do every now and again, PvP tournaments, so if that's your thing, then get your booty on here and come smack people around with a sword, or, you know, whatever. Anyway, that is all for this video. I will see you guys in some more Minecraft stuff and other games and stuff coming soon in the future, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, pelvic thrust in the air, and peace out.